Okay, so I've been wanting to do an update video on my water melter. This is now how I would melt water for over 100 ducks plus rabbits plus chickens. Like 60 some odd chickens, 30 some odd rabbits, 10 ducks, or a dozen or teens of ducks and geese. So anyways, I need to deal with them alone about 12 gallons of water every day. I could be more efficient with it, but so this also does all of our washing and everything like that too. It can keep up with the demand of 3 people easily with just this little system. Anyways, we're looking at the coil that goes around the thing. This is just regular 3/8 inch copper. It's wrapped around the pipe. Not an easy job to do, but what you do is you stretch a 2x4 across something. You put your actual stovepipe, you put the 2x4 through the stovepipe, and then you just keep turning it around as you wrap the coiled copper pipe around. And in behind, it converts to, just straightens out, and then I've got little couplers that take it into regular 1-inch piping, or half-inch copper piping, and it takes it over. The cold water I have to turn to PEX right away. I could have had both of them to turn to PEX right away. The heat dissipates immediately, like the hot dissipates immediately after it gets away from the wood stove. But anyways, it goes around, it goes underneath this unit where I keep my cardboard, and into this big bucket here. Both ends of the pipe go into it. This one and this one. This is the hot water return. This is the cold water supply. It just goes into the bucket. Comes and goes. There is a little aquarium pump at the bottom of this water tank. And if running 24/7, or if it's running all the time, it runs 1.5 liters a minute. It's 15 watts, so I have it run. It doesn't live up to its expectations, but I would have expected 3 or 4 times the flow from it. But it's all I need. In fact, it works great. I have it run approximately 10% of the time. Runs for like 15 seconds, and then it's off for about 150 seconds or something like that. It's not exactly those numbers, but I tweaked it a bit from there, and it's about that. Anyways, the reason it's 15 seconds is because that's what it takes for the water to clear this coil, which is 25 feet of 3/8 inch copper. If I was setting up a different system and the water pumped through at a different rate, I would have, if you listen, you might hear the pump. But I would have a different amount of time pumping if I had a different coil. Anyways, I use 5-gallon buckets just to fill up with the top levels of snow, and hardly gets any sediment. Every now and then I take a screen and sieve off the top of the water, and I would say sometimes I get more than 8 full buckets of snow melted before it turns to slush. anyways, don't know what else I can say about it. I like to keep a couple things on the wood stove to dry out my eggshells so I can grind them up into powder for my chickens to eat too. That other pot usually roasts the frozen eggs, the ones that freeze and crack. And then I roast or boil them and then grind them up in the old food compressor or processor, which I'm starting to call Mr. Fusion. And it just combines everything, and then the chickens just gobble it up. Sometimes even the dogs want it. And chicken food's half the price of dog food, so anyways, and for drinking water, we still have Mr. Do Everything. This is the kind of thing you can put anything you want in, and you get clean water out of it, drinking water out of it. Anyways, the other pipe, it goes and connects the whole thing to my main water system. So then it just goes to the running water system that we have set up. It goes and sits in 2 other cisterns the same size that I use to hold water, which at the moment are almost completely full. And this is almost completely full. I could go out and get another bunch of buckets of snow before the day is out, I'm not sure. Well, yeah. You can see the buckets of wine we made up for the winter. Anyways, for the few of you that don't get to see the horrible mess that is the living area, I don't show that off very often. Okay. That should be about it. I'll see you all later.